A lot of people, literally a lot of people, didn't quite like the idea of having a thick slab of glass in front of their cases. So NZXT made sure to put as many holes as it can on the H7 Flow. So it's build time baby, or holes time baby. What? Hey everyone, Mukul here. So I have been using the Cooler Master MB520 case since 2019 with a Ryzen 9 3900X in it and a 3080 Ti. Yeah, just those two things, nothing else. I have been continuously disassembling and assembling it for all the coolers and other components testing I do here on the channel. Now as compared to it, the H7 Flow is a frigging huge case with a height of 50.5 cm and a width of 23 cm. So that means I won't be bruising the back of my hands much anymore thanks to the spacious design inside of the H7 Flow. And the feet are almost 1 inch long, so even from the bottom the case wouldn't have any trouble sucking the air in. And the feet aren't loose in any way and are of excellent quality plastic. Now I really like the white black combination of this case, just like our life. The paint finish of the case is excellent and the white is so white that a white light on these whites will almost completely eliminate the white edge on it. And the blacks are so black, well I should stop, but it has a rough finish over it. There's a logo which is vaguely printed on the front bottom, which is not easily visible. I mean it's there, but also not there. Much like my will to hit the gym regularly. I'm kidding, it's never there. The case is extremely open and broad-minded. Broad-minded because of that width, and open-minded because as the panels on it open up from every single direction. It adopts a completely screwless design, so no more losing those screws once the screws screw you and get lost. It does require some force to pull them open though, as these tiny cute blobs are what hold the panels inside firmly. The holes on the front and on the top panel have a 0.4 cm width or diameter if you are too smart, which means they aren't quite tiny. So with a lot of air inside, you should expect more dust particles finding their way inside of it too. The power supply goes to the bottom of the case. The case comes with a single 120mm fan on the rear and a similar fan on the front. So clearly it doesn't have many fans inside of it. It would have been so much better if the case came with a set of more pre-installed fans on the front too. So maybe NZXT could launch some bundle offers in the future so that in this pricing the overall value can lure more people in for this case. There are two filters on the bottom and they are easy to pull out and install back in. And the top filter has kind of the same story after you remove the panel first. The filter on the front panel is kind of married to the panel, but they can be easily separated, or you can avoid divorcing them and make them bathe together instead. I'm going to leave that up to your preference. I really liked how clearly the screws had their labels printed on their individual packs. The one huge page of the manual also quite clearly denotes which screw should go in and screw whatever. But to open up and read it, you must have some experience of reading newspapers. Or you can just enjoy the PDF online. I'm using an Asus TUF X570 Gaming Plus motherboard, which is a ATX motherboard, and the standoff screws were already installed inside the case. The case supports 360mm AIOs on both the front and top sides, and looking at how hot the next generation of desktop processors are, anything less than a 360mm AIO or a radiator wouldn't make sense in a modern desktop case. Unless you're not really going above the Ryzen 7s or the Intel i7s and are not really pushing the clocks. But to be honest, even with them, I wouldn't be pairing anything less than a 360mm AIO on top. You can also add really thick performance fans or radiator on the front too, as it has a really deep, almost 2 inches depth to it. I installed the radiator up top, and there the case had these long slits that will make it quite easy to position the radiator the way you want. I pushed this 240mm radiator of the Deepcool LS520 a little towards the front so that it can easily accommodate my large hand for putting in the 6-pin eATX 12V CPU connector there. The power supply shroud has ample depth that even with the cables it was pretty easy to put the power supply in. I mean, even if I tried, I couldn't have been rough with it. The case supports 4+2 2.5-inch SSDs or two 3.5-inch hard disk drives in this area. But it is a bit tricky to get this bracket out. You have to put your long screwdriver from the top. I guess this statement was just perfect for that one joke. And then only you can take it out. You can avoid doing this if you just wish to put the hard drive in and just screw the hard drive from the front of the case. And that can happen only if you have no more fans installed there. But for that, you would need to live with the obsession that your hard drive isn't properly secured from the other end. And that means you really can't play throw ball with your PC case. So yeah, clearly there are many drawbacks to that. So just take it out and secure the drive properly inside for a peaceful life ahead. To install a 2.5-inch SSD, you need to unscrew and take out the bracket from the back and then screw the 4 screws on the SSD. And after that, just screw it back on the back plate. Man, NZXT is really possessive about your hard drives. If you have more than two 2.5-inch drives, then the case comes with 2 more brackets for them. Installing the 3 fans on the front was also an easy peasy job, as you can easily open the whole long bracket by just unhooking the 2 screws on the top. Really glad they opted for this design choice. The default cable bar for the 24-pin connector wasn't much help to me, as I really wanted to show off these custom cables I have. I just love the front panel connector NZXT makes on its cases, as it really solves one of the most obsolete problems of building PCs. The rear fan cable and the USB connector cable are pretty long, so you can route them wherever you want. There are a lot of slits and velcros on the right side of the case for cable management. Pretty sure a lot of cable sorting enthusiasts would love to see the many slits and holes and whatnot here. That might just help them sort at least one part of their unsorted life. Yeah, just the cables of their PC builds. Even a basic setup like this looks quite clean and nice inside the case, but the case literally screams to have a custom liquid cooling setup inside of it. Something like this that we did almost a year back. I wasn't quite sure if the fans behind the front panel would emit noticeable lighting, but because of the quite wide sizes of the holes on them, good radiancy was visible. I also love the way the non-RGB front looked initially, but I don't mind adding a few RGB components inside of my PC for that extra performance these LEDs emit in their glory. No one can really argue with that, can they? Well, I can always turn off the fans and still have that as an option, but pretty sure I won't ever do it. Yeah, we definitely have a weird relationship with the RGB shiz. Now I tested my Ryzen 9 3900X with the Deepcool LS520 MMAI on top of it, and I performed 2 tests with them, one with just the one stock fan in the front and another with 3 Silverstone Airblazer 120mm fans in the front. And this shouldn't be a surprise that the 3 fans would beat the one stock fan the case came with at the front, but I was honestly impressed to see not so marginal differences. The difference between the one front fan versus the 3 fans in both of these CPU and GPU stress tests, well, it didn't return a difference of more than 2 or 3 degrees Celsius, which pushes me to the conclusion that these holes really work. So a pretty well built case overall, and I honestly loved its screwless design for the panels. NZXT has clearly made sure to keep the design super flowy with the many holes throughout this case. Yes, the price would have been more justified if the case came with 4 fans instead of the 2 fans it originally comes with, but with NZXT's build quality and design aesthetics, NZXT does ask for a premium for its stuff. The case is also a blessing for a PC reviewer like me, as it's super spacious, and because of its quite modular panel design, I would have less fears of opening and closing it regularly for all my testing in the future. So if you end up choosing this case and want to support my efforts on the video, then you can buy from the affiliate links in the description below, and you can also hop on to a Discord server for more chit chat on relevant content. So take care humans, Mewbot with many flowy holes out.